Hey boy, I'm the law in these parts. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
Yeah, I don't think so. I got super glue, officer.
Oh no, not super glue!
Oh no, not super glue, not super glue! Hello everybody, welcome to my shop. I'm Stephen Cox. Today's video, we're gonna go over a super glue trick the cops don't want you to know. So if you're ever using super glue works fantastic. I use it all the time being a mechanic. You glue plastic things back together, wood things, metal things, doesn't matter. There's just invaluable to have on you all the time. I personally like these little bitty tubes because once you open the container, usually it'll end up drying out. So a super glue trick that cops don't want you to know. Now, we've all used super glue. You guys have used super glue. You know what super glue is. It's cyanoacrylate. It's very, very handy to have, but when you're using it, sometimes you need it to set up a little faster. Sometimes you need to set it up a little harder. You know, we could always use things to be a little harder. There's a trick with super glue where you can make it dry instantaneously right now, and it'll dry several times harder than if you didn't use this trick. I'm gonna set up a little demonstration and show you guys why cops don't want you to know this trick. Normally when you get super glue, it comes in little different various tubes. It's all the same crap. Doesn't matter the brand, doesn't matter if it's 3M or not. This particular case, it's called a Future Glue. I want to show you with these two bolts. I'm gonna get the bolts touching just like that, and we're gonna pour a little super glue right in there, and we'll let that sit. Now the problem is you need to let super glue sit for, an abundance of time, especially when it's cold. It's gonna take a while. But if we want this to harden right now, super glue on this one, and we're gonna take our magic pill bottle full of some secret dust and sprinkle it on top there. Ooh. I keep my super glue containers in my pill bottle. So what this is baking soda. I like to keep these little one-time use super glue packs in there with my baking soda. And the reason I keep it in a pill bottle is because baking soda is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture, and it's gonna absorb moisture out of the air. So you wanna keep it in a sealed container. The reason the cops don't want you to know is because if cops pull you over and you have a container full of baking soda, they're gonna think it's Coke or some other kind of drug, and they're gonna arrest you for it, and you're gonna have a fun time in jail explaining that it was just a super glue trick the cops don't want you to know. So that's why they don't want you to know it. But I wanna show you guys what happened, okay? It's already hard. This over here, it's still wet. This still has not set up. This one is ready to go. It's hardened. We can't put a whole lot of force on it because it's just super glue. If you need this to set up immediately, all you do is put super glue wherever you need it. Sprinkle some baking soda on it. And then we can even put some more some more super glue on top of that. And we can build it up if we need to. Just pour it on there until it completely covers your super glue. Wait a few seconds. And hopefully we didn't glue it to the paper towel. Come on. And there you go. So the advantage of this is you can actually keep putting super glue on as you can keep building it up, and you can do a very, very high build. Now I want to go ahead and do this backside to kind of show you guys how well this works and how quickly this works. You're done. Still needs a little time to dry, but it is pretty much ready to go. We can grab our baking soda that we put that we didn't use, pour it back on there. Now the cool thing about this, you can actually sand it down, you can use it, it works fantastic. That is a super glue trick the cops don't want you to know. The reason the cops do not want you to know this trick, to be absolutely clear, is because cops do not want you carrying around pill bottles full of baking soda or Ziploc bags full of baking soda. This trick works fantastic. Once it dries completely, it's about 3 or 4 times harder than a normal super glue setup. You can sand this down. I have actually patched a plastic fuel tank with this before. Now I won't encourage you guys to try to patch a plastic fuel tank or gasoline tank with super glue because that's dangerous, but I did it on an air compressor, and it was my own personal air compressor, and it worked fine. I have glued solenoids back together. I have glued plastics back together. I've glued wood back together, cloth, you name it. I have glued it back together with super glue and baking soda. If you have an old pill bottle, get these little bitty containers like this, these little bitty tubes. I have a link down in the description for them. Buy them by the dozen, you know, buy a couple of packs. You can put 5 or 6 or all of them in there and then fill the whole pill bottle up full of super glue and baking soda. And then you've got a little travel size deal that you can put in your service truck and your car. And you would be amazed at how frequently you need to glue 2 things together or back together or repair, or glue 2 dissimilar things together. You can glue metal to steel, steel to wood, wood to fabric. Whatever you need to do works fantastic. I really love this trick. It has come in handy for me so many times as a mechanic and not being a mechanic, just fixing normal random things. I fixed my son's Oculus controller the other day with this same exact trick. Works great. And you can tell it bonds really, really well. So, hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your own stories about super glue tricks the cops don't want you to know in the description, and get out and fix it.